Test between India and England at Dharamshala, there was one particular incident that caught the eye of many an eagle-eyed fan, and that was Jonny Bairstow and Shubman Gill having a little bit of a verbal back and forth. Now, it's not entirely surprising that Jonny Bairstow was getting into it with someone in a verbal spat. I mean, that's the kind of guy who could pick a fight in an empty room if it really came down to it. But what exactly was the reason behind it? Well, we've heard from Bairstow's side, and he had said very clearly that it was because Gill was sledging Anderson, telling him that he should go and retire, which, based on the fact that Anderson himself got about 700 test wickets in this particular series, seems a bit nonsensical. But now we've heard a little bit more from Anderson himself over what exactly triggered this entire sledge fest, and by his own admission, he too was a little bit party to the entire thing, because he started it off by asking Shubman rather cheekily a little question that many people would agree is not entirely without its own merit. So what was that question? Well, Anderson said that I said something to him like, "Do you get any runs outside India?" And he said, "Listen Jimmy, it's time to retire." Then 2 balls later, I got him out. Now, it is worth noting that this wasn't one of the first times that Anderson had got rid of Gill in this series. If you go back even earlier in the series, there were a couple of occasions where Anderson was the one who troubled Gill the most, because Gill, too often playing in white ball mode, would get drawn outside on the 4th stump line, a line where Anderson, a channel rather, where he is an absolute master at consistently pitching it, and he would then end up drawing Gill into a front lunge with hard hands, and he would get the inside edge. And given the fact that this is Jimmy Anderson we're talking about, perhaps telling him to retire may not be one of the best sledges, especially when you consider that in this series he ended up getting to 700 wickets. Although, if you take the words from the man himself, it wasn't exactly something that meant a lot to him. Why so? He said that I don't play cricket to get to the milestones. I want to win games. That's why I'm a little bit flat now, because we've lost 4-1 in this series. In fact, this wasn't the only thing he discussed about. He said that, it was great to get 700 in what was a very picturesque stadium in Dharamshala, saying I was there with my dad, we shared a couple of drinks, and truth be told, my dad was more excited about it than I was, which, when you think about it, is weird, because again, 700 test wickets, only 3 bowlers have done it, Anderson being the 3rd, and he's the first pacer. Maybe he would have been more excited, but in his own words, he said, it's not about milestones, it is in fact about wins. And England only got 1 win in this particular series. Nevertheless, some interesting insights from the great man himself. What do you make of these comments? You can let us know that in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap that bell icon, follow us also on social media. We're on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. Don't forget to download the SportsTak app, and if you're already at the channel, go ahead, check out some other videos we've posted as well. For now, from my side though, it is goodbye.